Okay, deck tech. So, like we left off on the last video, we're gonna give 8C's Svyelun Merfolk a shot. Here's the thing: Repeal sometimes is a house in game one, but sometimes it's really clunky. We've seen both. Ultimately, I don't think this is really going to change the overall win rate or the overall viability of the deck much. We'll just see how this plays out, but I just kind of like being a little more proactive on game one. Also, kind of like playing like a mono blue Ponza deck. Maybe we can actually keep them off of mana. That can be a viable strategy sometimes, just like disruption. I mean, that is kind of a form of disruption, like 8 C's effects. So here's the deal. I think spreading C's is still better than some people think. So here's the deal. I like Tideshaper. I think Tideshaper is an excellent card. I think Tideshaper is the one drop. I don't know if it's the one drop we've always wanted, but it may be the one drop we've always needed, but maybe not. But at least it is the one drop. It is, I think, hands down the best one drop that we've ever had. Dockhand, unfortunately, what would I cut for it? I tried cutting Merfolk Trickster. I think that is a mistake. Merfolk Trickster is just so good at stifling aggression, dealing with Scourge of the Skyclaves, just lots of stuff. Force of Negation, Dismember. There's a lot of matchups where that's just a no-no. Cut a Lord? See what I mean? Cut Silvergill. And that's the problem. I did try cutting Trickster, and I just don't think that's just where you go. So at the end of the day, what's also good about Tideshaper and spreading Seas is that Tideshaper is at least a 2/2. That means they always have to respect it, at least on some level. It's always a decent body. And the problem with Dockhand is that when it's not stifling their mana, it's also not a very big body. 1/2 is relatively easy for them to ignore. And also, it just taps the land. It doesn't turn it into an island. So Tideshaper demands more respect, both because it enables Island Walk and because it's a 2/2. And also, by the way, once it disrupts their mana by turning it into an island, you don't have to keep paying 1 mana every turn. I think it's weird that Dockhand is a rare and Tideshaper is an uncommon, because I think Tideshaper is hands down a lot more powerful than Dockhand. At least in my experience so far. Dockhand was thoroughly underwhelming. Tideshaper was quite impressive. So we're gonna give this a shot, and the rest is pretty much the same as last time. Just remove the repeals to the sideboard, spreading C's in the main. Another possibility is I could maybe just move the spreading C's to the sideboard to make 8 C's like a sideboard plan. That's possible, but I think being proactive is just going to be a little bit better in game one, good enough at the time. Plus a non-zero amount of time we need to draw into our second blue source to play Svyelun. And Repeal can do that if they have a 1-drop, but if they don't, sometimes that's kind of awkward. So I don't know. Maybe it's possible that this might not be that good, but I've never been displeased with spreading C's, and I don't see why suddenly having another good C's effect would make me, for some reason, like spreading C's less. I've never been one of these players that have been down on spreading C's. It always at least replaces itself. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. All right. If you like this content, again, like and subscribe, hit that bell notification, and leave a comment and all that good stuff. All right, take care. All right. So just quick shout out to all of my patrons. Thank you so much for your support. I'm tagging this at the end of the of my videos, and I'm going to update this, of course, as I have new patrons. But I really appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much, Frederick LeMay. Thank you so much, Povilis Tamosauskas. Please let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Tamosauskas. Yes. And thank you so much, Alexis. Thank you so much, Jeremy Elder. Thank you so much, Brett. And thank you so much, Michael Patton. Really appreciate all of your support. And I do plan to get a new mic, but I do have a lot of content already recorded, so there's probably going to be there's going to be some amount of new content definitely before we start hearing anything. But I'll definitely make an announcement when I get the mic, and yeah, just thank you so much for all of your support, and we will take this channel hopefully to um, to better places, and uh, definitely can't keep improving as much, and putting out as much content and all of that without this support. Um, it really means a lot to me, and yeah. And thanks everybody else for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing. Anything you do to support, even if it's not monetary, is appreciated a lot. But definitely thank you for the patrons as well. And yeah, so with that, let's get to get to the rest. All right, take care. Okay, so two more patrons signed up since I recorded that last addendum video that I was going to attach to the end of my deck tech video. So rather than just make a whole new video, I'm going to shout them out now. Thank you, Tyler Smith, and thank you, Jonas Sandagger. Very much appreciated. Yeah. So with that out of the way, let's get to the gameplay vids, which should be coming up this week. So enjoy, everybody, and thank you again to all my patrons. Okay, and one more patron since the last video. Thank you so much, SWDJP. Again, thank you all to all of my patrons. So since this is going to be the first, shout out video, I definitely am tried to make sure all my patrons got in this one. But I have to say, actually, and I'm very I'm very so thankful that I continue to get more to get more patrons. But I think going forward, I may only be able to include patrons that have signed up before Saturday, maybe before whatever time I start to put these videos together, usually on a Saturday. But yeah, because I think I'll usually put them together on Saturday, and usually the deck tech with the shoutouts will go up Sunday, and yeah. But of course, this is the first one, so this is the I think this is the last shout out I'm going to be able to make, because it's already 6:40 p.m. here. So if anybody else signs up after now, please forgive me, but I'm going to I think I'm going to have to add you to the shout out for next week. But I definitely so appreciate all of your support. The only reason why I think if anybody signs up after this video is recorded at about 6:40 p.m. Eastern U.S. time is that like I keep having to delete my old video, re-add this video in here, and re-upload the content on YouTube to go up. Although actually my MHayashi video seems to have reached the upload limit, so I think that one's going to have to go up first thing tomorrow whenever I wake up. But anyway, or if I stay up to midnight, like around midnight. But anyway, yeah, so regardless, thank you again so much to my patrons. And definitely, you can't thank you all enough. So, yeah, take care. And now the content will, and I guess the rest of the videos this week will follow. Take care.